check it out. We have a super cool presentation today. A world-famous author and illustrator.
A South Jersey author, animator, and illustrator is sharing his passion for bringing characters to life and teaching some important life lessons, too. David McBride is the author of Kazumi Racecar Pig.
Kazumi chose not to hate, but live life with much love. The end.
Ever since I was a kid, I always loved to draw and tell my own... I'm sorry, can we hold off for a second? Yeah, what you doing there, buddy?
Aerobics.
Gotta do that now? We're kind of doing a thing for Kazumi's premiere.
Gotta get it in when you can, bruh.
Okay, well, I laid out a suit for you this morning. How come you're not wearing it?
You can't work out in a suit.
Well, that's just good logic. You know, I know what you're doing. This is Kazumi's thing. Trying to make it about you. Kind of embarrassing us. And you look ridiculous.
Or maybe I lost a lot of weight and was feeling good about myself.
Look, I didn't mean it. Okay, this is just Kazumi's big premiere, and I got the film done. I'm putting it out there for the first time, and maybe I'm just nervous because I don't know if anybody's even gonna like it. And you don't look ridiculous. You look great. What have you been doing? In Pilates? You into some Pilates?
Hot yoga.
Hot yoga. It's working for you. Look, you're the best friend I ever had.
You mean it?
I do.
That's sad.
Me trying to tell you that there was a Mutant Ninja Turtle picture on
The door.
on the door.
Okay. Say I love you, Granny. Good night.
Cheese!
Wait, say it again. See the
I
camera.
love you, Journey.
Whole world trees.
Cheese! I love you, Journey.
I was such a goofy kid. I was completely taken by the movies and TV shows and characters that I grew up with, the whole fantasy element. It inspired me so much that even at this age, I knew I was going to do something with drawing and storytelling.
When I was probably around 10 years old, I saw a special on the Disney Channel where it was from Walt Disney's time when they showed like how animation was created. And you know, it was funny because it was very staged, so to speak. They were like, you know, like the guys would be like, "Say, hand me that pencil, Jim." And he goes, "Sure thing, Joe, here you go." You know, but something about it, when I saw them flipping those pages and the characters coming to life, it kind of just hit me that that's what I wanted to do.
The time period between 2008 and 2012 were very eventful in my filmmaking journey. I graduated from the University of the Arts in Philadelphia with my bachelor's degree in animation. I formed David McBride Animation, and I graduated from the Academy of Art University in San Francisco with my master's degree in animation.
My first children's book is called Dimitri Has His Head in the Clouds. It's about this little boy named Dimitri who's, he has a hard time getting along at school, and he has this great imagination. It was I put a lot of myself into that character. I put a little bit of myself into every character. I think that's inevitable because when you're creating a character and stories, you tend to draw from your own experiences, and I think that makes it very relatable to other people. So in this story, Dimitri finds this new world through a doorway in a magical willow tree that's in his backyard. I wanted it to be strange, so it was like whatever popped into my head that was weird. And for some reason, I thought of this little pig driving a race car. Just the notion of this character kind of stuck with me, and I kind of put in the back of my mind like, oh, I'm going to have to come back to this guy at some point.
Right, 2016 vacation, day 3. I think it's 3. Wait, or is it 4? I've lost track of time, but I think that's a good sign on vacation. In the summer of 2016, I wrote the first line for Kazumi's story, and then I put it away because I got busy with other projects and work at the time. And then one day I was on vacation down here in Wildwood, and my sister was having some work done on her place, so it was really loud inside. So I came and sat out here and I pulled out that first line, and I wrote the rest of Kazumi's story all in that one day. Get my seat back good. All right. Is it on?
Yes.
All right. First order of books here. I know my head's probably taking up the whole camera, but I'll move once I get it open. Sorry. All right. Still packed nice. Oh, wow.
It took me about 6 months to complete the illustrations and put the whole book together, and in January of 2017 I published Kazumi Racecar Pig and the Not So Different Space Aliens from Space. In February of that year, I had a wonderful dinner with 2 teacher friends of mine, Barbara Lawler and Doris Middleton, and they were so kind to invite me back to my old elementary school to read for Read Across America Day. It went so well that I came back to my old elementary school and did an assembly to the whole school where I read the book, and this kind of gave me the idea to reach out to other schools. So what I did was I basically reached out to over 100 schools that were in a reasonable driving radius from where I lived, and I got to go around to many schools and read Kazumi to many kids and teachers, and the response was nothing like I could have expected. Alright, so after I graduated from TJ and went to school, and I eventually became an animator, which means I made
cartoons. But I also write and illustrate my own children's books, and that's what I'm going to be reading here today. It's my newest one, and it's called Kazumi Racecar Pig and the Not So Different Space Aliens from Space. You guys want to hear it? All right.
All right, so everybody check it out. We have a super cool presentation today. A world-famous author and illustrator, animator. So who knows? Everyone knows what an author is, right? What's an author do? What does the animator do? Animate! What does that mean?
Something I dread. Kazumi said thank you, but I must decline. So the tortoise crawled off and said, hey, that's just fine. The end. Thank you. So if you guys have any questions right now, I'd love to take them.
Oh, great question. What were the lines and numbers popping up on the screen in animation? Well, in animation, you don't just sit down and draw like beautiful drawings right away. Do you ever write a paper in school and you have to write a rough draft and then a final draft? Okay, it's the same thing with animation. You do what's called rough animation first, which is where you're getting the movement and the acting of the character right, and you test that rough in what's called a pencil test. So what you guys just watched was a pencil test from the film. Then you go back and you redraw those drawings nice and clean, making sure all the proportions are right of the head from one drawing to the next so it doesn't get big or small.
So then you get better gradually, little by little. So thank you for that. Good. What inspired me to do animation? Well, like I said, I always loved to write and draw, and like as far back as I can remember. So then it was like animation was like you could bring this to life. You know, when I was in 5th grade, I saw this special on the Disney Channel where they showed how it was made, and I thought like, wow, I could like bring those drawings and make them move and talk. So that was very inspiring to me. You actually do what's called an animation, it's called a turnaround, which is you draw the character from 5 different views, from the front, from the halfway, and then from the side, and that's like your guide. So let me get somebody over here. Go ahead.
You should make a movie about it.
I am actually. Right now I'm working on a short film. It's a great idea. So I'm working on a short film based off of this book. So if you follow my YouTube channel or my Facebook, I always post some of the rough animation I'm working on.
In the spring of 2017, I started production on Kazumi Racecar Pig, the animated film. From doing the book, I had the character designs and the color schemes for the film already completed. So I started with the thumbnails for the storyboards.
Hey everybody, so I'm working on some storyboards for my next animated film. It's going to be based off of my latest children's book, Kazumi Racecar Pig. And what you're looking at right now are the thumbnail sketches. This is a rough stage, so I work out the composition of the shots before I move on to the final storyboards. And I'll show you a few of them here. Alright, here's some storyboards from the opening of the film. Right here, something kind of cool I wanted to show you is that you see this red box and the arrows pointing to the corners of the larger frame. That indicates a camera move, so the camera will start out in the shot close up on Kazumi's legs and feet here, and then it'll pull out to reveal the whole scene. So now the storyboards are done. I scanned them into the computer, and what I'm doing right now is making what's called an animatic. That is when you take all the storyboards and you bring them into a film editing program. So what I'm going to do right now is drag it down to this area called the timeline, which is where you can bring individual images or video files, and you'll see it shows up here in the screen. And the quality is low. Let me bring it to full quality. You know, right now I'm going to time each one out and see how long it needs to be on screen. So that actually means I have to get up, you know, act it out. In some cases, listen to the audio, because sometimes things need to follow the sound.
Something I dread.
Kazumi said thank you, but I must decline. So the tortoise crawled off and said, hey, that's just fine. Alright everybody, so we're all finished with pre-production for the film. So just to recap, we've done the character designing. Everything basically that you see in the film has to be designed. So we've taken care of all that. We've done the character turnarounds, character lineup where we see how tall one character is related to the next. So now pre-production is all done, so all the planning and everything is done. Now it's actually time to make the film. So we're moving into production. Now this is when we do the background design, the animation, record the dialogue, everything. So now to begin, I'm going to start with the layouts or the backgrounds.
I'm working on a new layout, and what's going on up here is I have these little thumbnails to try to work out the scene. So Kazumi's going to be running in, he's going to jump over a fallen down tree and run off screen to the right. And I'm just trying to figure out the best way to set up, design the background for that action. But this background wasn't as dynamic as I wanted it to be. When you're doing layouts and you're thinking of design, you kind of want to think of where the action's going and how to draw your viewer's eye to where the action is, where you want them to look. So here's the rough version that I showed you already, and now here is the final background. And I didn't do the final pencils yet, I just put it in with the blue pencil. That's what I usually do first. And as you can see, I made a lot of changes, like I said, to the background trees. Just kind of got what felt right.
Once the layouts were completed, it was time to start the rough animation. It is during the rough animation time that my favorite part of animation happens. It's called a pencil test. The pencil test is when you take your rough animation that you've created, you scan it into the computer, you put it in an animation software, and you test out the motion for the first time. Now this part never gets old for me because it's the first time you see your characters come to life. During the rough animation phase, your focus is getting down the acting, the timing, and the movement of the characters in your scene.
Hey guys, so I want to show you something. This is all my work from about the last 2 weeks, and all these drawings, and it's still only about under 20 seconds of actual screen time. So yeah, a lot of drawings going to animation.
After the rough animation is all completed, it's time to move on to the cleanup animation. During the cleanup animation is when you kind of have to think differently. Now you're making sure that the proportions from one drawing to the next are even. So for instance, if I was drawing Kazumi and his head was this big in drawing 1, I don't want it to be this big in drawing 50 and then this small in drawing 100. So you really have to be mindful of that.
Hey guys, I'm working on a cleanup animation for Kazumi's film, and I just wanted to show you guys something. Here's a rough drawing, and I just finished cleaning it up. So you can see the difference. The rough, cleanup. Rough animation, cleanup. Hey everybody, it is December 20th, 2018, and I got something to show you. This is all the animation, the rough and the clean animation for Kazumi's film. Look at that. Look at that. It took me 8 months to clean it up. And then the rough animation, God, I don't even know, I have to go back to like I keep a journal, so I have to go back and look when I started that. But this whole thing is going to be about 2 years when it's all finished. I still have a lot of coloring, compiling, sound effects, the music. I heard the score for the film, it's absolutely beautiful. Tomo, just an amazing musician, and I'm just waiting now for the song that's going to play during the end of the film into the end credits. But today the animation is completely done. Now everything from here on out is in the computer. So yeah.
In early 2018, I reached out to several voice actors to see if they'd be interested in voicing the characters in Kazumi's film. And I was beyond excited to hear back from Anna Brisbin and Jason Marsden. I mean, these were people that I was a fan of. You know, I grew up watching Jason on shows like Boy Meets World and hearing his voice as Max Goof in a Goofy movie. So to think that that one day, you know, I would get to work with people like this was just like blowing my mind.
Hi, I'm Anna Brisbin, and I voice Kazumi and a few aliens in Kazumi Racecar Pig. I'm a voice actress and a YouTuber and a podcaster and a D&D addict and a mother of dachshunds and Ravenclaw total nerd. I got into voice acting in college when I was pursuing a film career on camera, TV and film, and studying theater. So to work with the film students at my school, as freshmen, they first have to make audio projects, you know, like baby steps for creating stories. So I provided some voices for a few audio projects for freshmen in film school when I was just a youngin' in college, and had a really, really good time that I did not expect to have. And after having that experience, I was like, maybe I could just do more of this. Started a YouTube channel, Brizzy Voices, to upload impressions so that I could work together with people making fan projects and a bridge series online so that my YouTube channel could be kind of like an audition for those projects. And pretty quickly, that channel just kind of took off on its own as people like the same cartoons I do and my impressions of them, apparently. And I've been doing that since 2012 and working professionally as a YouTuber and a voice actor ever since. I think my passion for voice acting is fueled by just a desire to be silly and play and act as something different from myself. And not have to worry about what I look like or what my body is doing. In theater school, a lot of the times, some of the notes I would get from instructors was stop making that face, stop making faces, and with voice acting, I don't have to worry about that. It's great. So I really just love the idea of being absolutely anything. There's no limitations when it comes to voiceover because you could be drawn as anything. As long as you give it a voice, you can be it. And I think that's really cool. I think it's the best gig one could possibly get. You could theoretically show up in your pajamas, record for an hour, and you're done. You don't have to wait for people dealing with lighting and getting the right shot. It's just, they just gotta set up the mic once and you go, and it's so fun and so quick and easy and just a blast. And the people are so cool. The people in the voiceover and animation world are just so cool and not shallow compared to the rest of the entertainment industry, it seems like sometimes. So I just love it. I loved voicing Kazumi because he is just such an adorable little cinnamon roll, and he's just so scared, but it's just because he doesn't know. And I love voicing cute things and cute scared things, and that's him. And he has such a wonderful little arc in such a short amount of time. It's beautiful. My dream for the future is to just be voicing over cartoons on a more regular basis and to live with a fleet of dachshund puppies in my life. I just want to love and adore just like 10 or 15 dachshunds and have a big yard for them to run around in. It's all I want is voiceover and puppies. Yes, please.
All right, I'm about to head down to Atlantic City to meet Jason Marsden. I've got my Powerline shirt from a Goofy movie. Yeah, I'm so excited to meet him. Up till this point, I haven't met him yet. We've only communicated through email and social media and done work back and forth. So I'm really excited. Let's go. All right, here we go. I'm heading into New Jersey HorrorCon because this is where Jason is.
Hello again.
Hey. guys, I'm here with Jason Marsden.
What's happening? I'm not in a hole. I'm just like, he's just this tall. What's going on, David?
Not much, this is awesome. Thank you so much for doing a voice for me. And,
my pleasure, it's my pleasure.
Awesome.
I had so much fun. He's a talented guy.
Thank you.
He's going to keep putting food on my table.
That's awesome. The Showboat Hotel in Atlantic City, and I just got out of HorrorCon, got to meet Jason for the first time. He was just the nicest. They say don't meet the people that you're a fan of, but Jason must be the exception to that because he was extremely nice and real warm, just a great guy.
So while I was working on the animation, these two amazing musicians were working on the original score for the film in Osaka, Japan. Tomo wrote all the music for the film and composed it. When I first heard it, I was just like, I can't believe that I had this beautiful music for my film. And then a little later on, I asked her, I wanted a song for the end, and I asked her if she knew of anyone that sang, and she referred me to her friend Yukari Obana. And together with Tomo wrote the music, and Yukari sang the vocals. When I got it back and I heard it for the first time, I was just like, oh my God, this makes the film. This unbelievably beautiful music is a part of like my creation. I was just like, this is the most amazing thing ever.
こんにちは。日本で作曲家として活動するトモです。日本ではともこ桜井として仕事をしています。私は大学で作曲を専攻して、その後からいろいろな音楽を今まで作ってきました。今回 Facebook のコミュニティを通じてデイビッドと出会うことになりました。彼が Facebook の投稿に日本の作曲家を探してますというふうに投稿してまして、それを見た時に私はなんてラッキーな出会いなんだと思ってすぐに彼に連絡をしました。そして今回彼のアニメーションの音楽を担当することになりました。彼の作品は手書きのアニメーションでとても温かみのある優しいアニメーションになっているので、その雰囲気を出せるように音楽を作曲しました。で、今回エンディング曲もとのことだったので、エンディング曲も担当しました。歌詞は日本語でとの要望だったので、歌を担当してもらった小花ゆかりさんに歌詞を作ってもらって、それに音楽をつけた形になります。で、このアニメーションは子どもたちにもたくさん見てもらえる作品になると思ったので、一度聴いて誰もが口ずさんでしまうような、そんな楽しいメロディーを意識してエンディング曲は作ってます。まだ完成作品は見てないんですけれども、とても楽しい作品になると期待していますので、アニメーションとともに音楽も楽しんでもらえたらとても嬉しいです。私も完成を楽しみにしています。デイビッドとまたいつか会えたらとても嬉しいと思うので、そんな日が来ることを願ってます。Thank you for listening. Bye bye.
こんにちは。日本でシンガーとして活動をしております小花ゆかりと申します。今回デイビッドのアニメーション作品「かずみ」の主題歌「Our Song」の作詞と歌を担当させていただきました。国の垣根を越えてここ日本からデイビッドの素敵な作品に参加をさせていただけたことをとても嬉しく思っています。デイビッドのアニメーション作品「かずみ」とても可愛らしくて素敵な作品になっていると思います。主題歌「Our Song」も楽曲を制作された桜井智子さんと一緒に作品が盛り上がるように爽やかな仕上がりになるように心を込めて制作をさせていただきました。歌も心を込めて歌いましたので、ぜひたくさんの人に聴いて楽しんでいただければなと思います。私自身も作品の公開を楽しみにしています。
Alright guys, so it's June 19th, 2018, and I'm here in Cape May, New Jersey, and if you see that fountain behind me, I just got some good sound for the fountain in Kazumi's film, so when you see the film and you hear the water, that's where it's coming from. Hey guys, it's David, and I'm down in Wildwood, New Jersey, and I got a special announcement. I'm going to be right here at Mike's Collectibles on August 18th from 3 p.m. until they kick me off the boardwalk. So if you're in town, come by, say hello. You've got this whole beautiful boardwalk. You can go up and down. They've got rides, games, food, everything. The beach is right behind me. So come down, say hi. After going around to schools for about a year and putting Kazumi out there, the making of the film as I was going along, two really exciting things happened in the summer of 2018. The first one was that I got to be interviewed on NBC. Alright, I made it. I'm in Ballackinwood, Pennsylvania, because the big thing today that I mentioned was that I have an interview on NBC 10 today.
Sharing his passion for bringing characters to life and teaching some important life lessons too. David McBride is the author of Kazumi Racecar Pig, and he'll have a book signing this weekend at the Jersey Shore. David is here with us in studio this morning. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So your second book.
Yes, I'm extremely excited about it. The character Kazumi in the book starts out a little bit afraid of anything different from what he's used to in his own pig culture. And then along the story, he finds out that not only different can be great, but that at our heart, we're all not so different.
It's a message of inclusion.
Yes, exactly.
Why is it so important to use your creativity, your talent, to spread positive messages like inclusion, like diversity?
Well, it's very important because diversity makes our society rich and vibrant.
Good to hear it. David McBride, thank you so much for coming in.
Later on that summer, I got to be on this really awesome show called Weekend Filler. Guys, I literally just got done with my interview with PHL 17. It was just unbelievably awesome. Kristen and Tony were just like the kindest people you'd ever want to meet. Just so warm, so welcoming, made me feel right at ease. I was a little nervous, but just went right away when I met them, and so professional. I can't thank them enough for this wonderful gift. Hi, I'm David McBride, and I'm a local author and animator of Kazumi Racecar Pig. So the story Kazumi Racecar Pig and the not-so-different space aliens from space is about a little pig named Kazumi who starts out afraid of anything different than what he's used to in his own pig culture. And along the way, what he finds out is that not only different can be fun, but that we're not all so different at the same time. So the best advice I can give someone is to have perseverance. You know, believe in your dream and your vision. See it clearly, and while the path may change and alter to get there, keep your goal in focus. Thank you so much for watching. For more information on me and my work, please check me out online. It was also during this summer that I partnered with this organization called PAD, which stands for People Against Distracted Driving. I thought it would be so fitting that Kazumi is a race car driver that, I could use this character for a greater purpose. So I reached out to Mike and Gina from PAD, and they were kind enough to allow me to partner with them to help spread their message about the dangers of distracted driving. This actually does a lot for me because, as I've said many times before, my dream has always been to entertain and inspire people with the characters and stories that I create. But this gives me a greater purpose because now I can take my passion for animation and filmmaking and use it to make a positive impact on society. In December of 2018, a very sweet friend of mine, just one of the sweetest people you'd ever want to meet, Alex Soller, who worked at the Ronald McDonald House of Philadelphia, invited me to come there to read to some of the kids and families who were staying there at the time. Again, it was another amazing experience because anytime I get to read to kids, it's reliving my dream every time. In March of 2019, I finished the entire film for Kazumi. You know, when I was a little kid, I would wake up on a Saturday morning to catch something like Ninja Turtles, something that I just absolutely loved, and it created such a joyous feeling inside me that I wanted to be able to create that same type of feeling in other people. One of my favorite things about being an animator and a filmmaker is that you create something that can potentially live on forever. I still can't believe that this is happening. All of it, not just the premiere, but the film, the people I got to work with, the kids I got to read to at the schools, all the wonderful friends I've made, the people who have been there for me. You know, when I was putting together this premiere and decided that I wanted to donate the ticket sales to these two organizations, PAD and the Philadelphia Ronald McDonald House, it was because I've gotten so much, and I thought that the least I could do is give back in some way, because this is literally living out my dream to premiere my film in a theater, and not just any theater, but the Kimmel Center. All the people I've gotten to meet and work with, the musicians, the voice actors, the artists, everybody, the people who were kind enough to interview me, the people at the schools, people like you may never know of that showed me so much kindness, so much generosity. It means the world to me.